People of Reddit, what was your ultimate nsfw fantasy that became a reality? We set up some UV lights, and my wife put on UV reactive lingerie and lipstick and gave me BJ. Pranked an old boss with a water bucket before his retirement. Propped the door open to set up the water bucket with water. Once he came through the door, boom, he was a good sport about it. Somehow he started talking about sharing nude pics online of her or us, so we went for it. Massive turn on for both of us now. I got to stick my dick in 3 of my hot friends one night when we were all drinking together and they were talking about who was the tightest. I never got to finish or anything like that, but it was literally insane and I still can't believe that happened. Maybe the best moment of my life. I have the biggest thing for some simple tit flashing, and one time my wife and I were hosting a party with 6 or 7 other women and a few of their spouses. At some point, for reasons I can't quite remember, every single woman had her boobs out and on display. What a night! I got to be part of an orgy. Unfortunately, it was very disappointing. I bought myself a mattress and then jumped on it like a little kid for a minute. Finding out a longtime friend was not the frigid woman her loser ex-husband said she was. Found out that a glory hole porn website filmed near me. I contacted them about being in the videos and was able to participate in many scenes. At the time, I had a glory hole fetish and was really aroused by the idea of sex with anonymous strangers. I remember showing up the very first time extremely nervous and worried that I might be walking into some sort of trap where I was going to wake up in a bathtub of ice with my organs harvested. What actually happened was I stuck my stiff cock through a hole in the wall and got sucked off by some amateur porn star. I wound up doing like 50 scenes over the years. The weekly Dear Reddit, what is the sexiest sex you've ever sexed? Red? Premarital eye contact. Receiving a blowjob while I'm watching the football match and my girlfriend bringing me a new cold beer after I finished. Didn't know that was a fantasy, but that was when I knew she was a keeper getting married next month. Having a couple threesomes with my girlfriend, had the same third both times. Getting blown by 2 women at the same time is a dragon I'll be chasing for the rest of my life. Messaging a random Reddit guy my tit pics. Getting spanked voluntarily. Being with another girl. After about 2 years of solitude, I felt desired. I got Eiffel Towered by male twins. I was dating the one and the other was apparently interested and inquired if I was up for it. Why would someone deny the opportunity? Anywho, I always lose, never have I ever with my sister. This finally happened recently. I have a fantasy that every other post in this sub would be a horny one. I needed that in my life. Thank you. Finding out a close friend and fuck buddy has the exact same very niche kink to the had ... many fun days and weekends since then. I worked at a gym several years back and I fucked one chick on the tanning bed while it was on and got a blowjob from another one on the massage chair. They weren't fantasies until I wanted it to happen again after. Mine would have to be to live the rest of my life with no financial struggles. Making a woman orgasm from anal sex. Realizing that my sex life is exactly what I look for in porn is a wild and very nice feeling. Anal while she was cosplaying as a cow. She had the bell, horns, and ears and was painted like a Holstein Friesian. She was looking forward to getting milk and being milked, and I loved it. My wife did not want me to come on her 15 years into our relationship, and I am finally blasting loads all over her. By guy here, being tied up and used by 2 dudes at the same time. One in the mouth and one in the ass. I have no shame. Some chick I work with brought some UV lights over to my house one Saturday and asked if she could practice something on me before she did it on her husband. Was kinda weird, but I got a decent BJ out of the whole ordeal, so ... worth it. Having a lady ride me and then squirting all over me multiple times. It was a long time ago now, but still, wow. Oh lordy, this woman blessed me by fulfilling one of my top fantasies without even me asking for her to do so twice. She's an incredibly hot gal and we've had several lovely date nights intermixed with so much spicy and tame text conversations. As such, she knows I'm into skirts. The feeling of sliding my hand up a beauty's legs unhindered is just sublime for. A few months ago and again, very recently, she shows up to the date night in a skirt. So fucking cute. We get to the point where things get nsfw and hands begin to wander. I delight in teasing my fingertips up her thighs, rising a little further each time, sliding my hands behind her to grab a handful of the best. As in these great states, I notice something is a little off. She goes, "Ew, I think I forgot something," as I continue exploring with my fingers to find she's not wearing any panties. Melting, we continue, me as voracious as ever. My hands move on their own, just needing to feel her lips, now soaked with anticipation. Double melting, I get lost in her, subtle moans in my ear, fingers teasing and delving. I adjust, moving to grab her ass and make my way to her slit from behind. Then I feel it. This stunning woman has already slipped a plug in and has successfully broken my brain. She showed up to these date nights in a skirt, pantyless and plugged. Fucking triple melting. Regardless if she does it again, I'm already looking forward to our next date night. Having sex with two sisters and a friend within 24 hours of each other was pretty cool. To this day, I still don't know if any of them are aware that that happened. Shower sex. 110 wouldn't try again. Sleeping with a cis girl and trans girl at the same time. Being with a squirter was always one of my favorite things in porn to watch, but had never been with one. Girl I'm with in my newly single stage absolutely drenches the backseat of my truck the first time we hook up, and then the girl I'm currently seeing somewhat seriously also just waterworks every time. It's crazy, and when it starts I can never keep it together either, haha. Fucking someone who was really mean to me in high school. When I had my glow up in college, I was really skinny, but got on a college diet and filled out. Sex wasn't that great, but definitely made me want to fuck the others just as a self-confidence boost. I let my BF free use me and just wake me up, or don't whenever he wants to come in me. Sex in public. Mile High Club. Actually having her fuck me back instead of just laying there like a piece of wood with a pussy. Walked in on my girlfriend and her best friend making out in my bedroom. I whispered in her ear to keep doing what she was doing and that I was going to fuck her. I didn't touch her friend at all and it was driving her nuts, so while they were still making out she started rubbing my girl's clit while I was fucking her. She came, then I came, and she told me to go clean up and wait. Two of them came back downstairs 5 minutes later and told me that we were getting a hotel room for the next night. That was almost 20 years ago and the memory still replays in my head as if it just happened. Sadly, all of them still fantasies. I met an actual woman. I'm a photographer by trade. One of my friends is bisexual and asked if I wanted to photograph her and this girl that she'd hooked up with a few times in the past. Met them at a resort, had dinner and then headed up to the room. I photographed them having fun for a while and then they had me join. Definitely one of my best memories, and I get to enjoy the pics to LOL. Gangbang at a party. Having sex with my friend's hot sister. We're married now and she's still hot. My first real job was retail store at 19. Had a manager all the young dudes wanted to get with. She was 40 and I never experienced an older woman before. Well, she taught me a lot and I got to get some of that experience about 30 times or so. Being pegged by my ex, it was even better than I had hoped for. Get fucked by 3 guys. Hooking up with a porn star. I was dating a guy at college and we were drinking at his friend's place after party. Sex topic came up and we discussed length or girth. One of his friends said as a joke that I can judge it firsthand on the spot, and I replied that I'm up for it. Didn't think it was anything more than friendly chat and fun and games, especially with my ex-BF there. But I ended up both giving BJ and taking 3 of them that evening. While I was doing it, I thought it would be just fun for a minute or two so I can say whether it's length or girth I prefer, but ended up having a proper gangbang. Thanks for watching.